doing?
Not bad.
Beautiful day. A little windy.
Yeah, it is a little windy.
Good morning and welcome back to the channel. And it really is a great morning. After all the rain yesterday, we woke up to this fantastic sunny day. So we're planning to head down to the Springfield Visitor Center first to see if we can find a map and get some information on the town. And then we'll cruise around in Springfield for a while, look at some of the architecture, some of the things that I just want to see, and then we'll start moving along on Route 66 to other towns. We'll probably spend most of the day in different towns, and we'll spend a night in Joplin. That's our plan anyway. So let's get on the road.
Okay.
On the way to the visitor center, we passed some beautiful old buildings, and we stopped for a photo op at a couple. But then it was on to the visitor center, and we went inside to see if we could get a map or some information about the town. She didn't have all the information that we really wanted, but she explained that she was just filling in for a sick colleague that day, and she certainly was doing her best. Last night, Mark and I made a list of some of the buildings and attractions we wanted to see in Springfield before moving on to the next town. There were some we planned to stop at, others were just drive-bys, and some, well, just a photograph taken from the bike was all we wanted. Coming up is a Route 66 sign decorated with hubcaps. We rode past a few others, like this giant Hamburg sign coming up on the right. Quick stop and then rolled on. Next on our list was a car museum. And since we're both interested in old cars, we decided to stop here.
Yep. I hired a bunch of Mexicans to build a house on it.
That was a good deal.
Cost me another $10,000, and then it started paying off. Good. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. I'll plug the Sandersons on next Monday.
The museum had an excellent selection of some really interesting cars. So we spent, an hour or more here before moving on. As I said earlier, this was an awesome collection, and all the vehicles were in impeccable condition. It's the type of place where I could spend a day, at least a day. But we've got other things to see, places to go, so it's time to move on. There's a couple of things we want to see up ahead. There's a small barber shop with an interesting mural, and across the street is Rock Fountain Court, an old motel complex made up of 9 stone cottages. There they are on the left. These cottages were built in 1945 and were popular places to stay for Route 66 travelers back in the 50s. We can't visit today, however, because it's no longer a motel. It's now long-term rental units. And here's a copy of an ad from back in the 50s when travelers frequented these cottages on a regular basis. Now I guess I'll get off the bike and check out this little barber shop. Our Route 66 app said there's a really nice mural on the side. Wow, it is nice. I'll take a picture of it. There it is, much better than my helmet cam. So, let's get back to the bike, get on the road. Now we're going to head out of town, and our first stop will be Everton, and we're going to check out the Gay Parita Sinclair gas station. So we're continuing our ride along old Route 66. Even though the numbers are different, we are on historic Route 66. There's a sign. You see, Route 66 was decommissioned as a national highway nearly 40 years ago, back in 1985. And for the most part was replaced by I-40, which sort of runs parallel to where Route 66 did run. So if you want to ride on what was old Route 66, it does take a little research. Next up is Gary's Gay Parita. The Sinclair gas station was opened by Fred Turner in 1934 and was named Sinclair Gay Parita in honor of his wife, Gay. She died in 1953, and 2 years later, the place was destroyed by fire. In the early 2000s, a man named Gary Turner bought the property and rebuilt it.
How you doing?
Not bad.
Beautiful day. A little windy.
Yeah, it is a little windy. Are you Gary?
I'm George.
George is Gary's son-in-law, and him and his wife, Gary's daughter, now run the place. It's a great place to visit, and the antique cars and the memorabilia give it a real 1950s vibe. So after leaving the Gay Parita, we continued on old Route 66 towards Miller, Missouri. We're going to cross the old Spencer Bridge. There it is ahead. It was built in 1923 and is still in use on the old route. Just past the bridge, we're going to come to the Spencer Phillips 66 and General Store. This was built in 1925 and it was a booming business with a cafe, a garage, and service station on Route 66. However, with the realignment and traffic going on I-40, the business died.
This is it. This be what I was looking for.
Mark thought that the old place would be a great stop for a photo op.
Yeah, your camera sucks out bigger than mine.
Yeah.
I don't have to get as far away as I do on mine. All right, let me find some more waypoints.
Mark has been plotting the stops on our route on his GPS as waypoints. Our next stop will be in Carthage. When we arrived in Carthage, it was around noon, so we decided that we would look for a cafe so we could have some lunch. The worker said there's a cafe just down the street near the courthouse. Well, that's the courthouse on the left, so the Mother Road coffee shop should be just across the street. After lunch, we decided to visit an area called Red Oak 2.
They said these were somewhere else, and they were going to destroy them, and somebody decided to buy them and relocate all of them here. And then
Okay.
renovate them and paint them up to make them, you know, back to a pristine look.
Yeah. Well, I did a nice job.
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple pictures.
Yeah.
Before editing this video, I did a little research to find out exactly what was Red Oak 2. Red Oak was a ghost town, but a guy named Lowell Davis purchased all the homes and businesses in Red Oak and moved them 23 miles to his Foxfire Farm near Carthage. And he restored them to their original condition and named the place Red Oak 2. That's quite an interesting area. It's really wonderful that someone was able to take what was an old ghost town with all the buildings in disrepair, move them, and create a really nice roadside attraction. Well, that was an interesting stop, but now it's time to move on. This time we're heading towards Joplin, where we've booked a room at the Best Western for the night. Well, it's been a great day. Perfect weather, great roads, nice towns, interesting attractions. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. And if you did, how about a big thumbs up? And maybe hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell. I'll notify you when I make the next one. So you take care. Have a great day. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.